If somebody that you love cannot make financial or medical decisions on their own due to illness, injury, age, you may need to file for conservatorship. But what is that and how exactly does it work here in Tennessee? Let's talk about that today. If you've never heard the term conservatorship before, or you're confused about how it's different from guardianship or power of attorney, I'm going to walk you through what a conservatorship is, why it's necessary sometimes, and exactly how that process works here in Tennessee. A conservatorship is a legal arrangement where a court appoints someone, the conservator, to manage the personal and or financial affairs of another person. It's only used when somebody is mentally or physically unable to make sound decisions. So in Tennessee, typically conservatorship of the person is for medical and personal decisions, and conservatorship of the estate is used for financial decisions. And again, you may say, well, isn't that the same as a power of attorney? If somebody has mental deficiencies, like due to age, maybe they've got Alzheimer's, dementia, whatever the case may be, they cannot legally give anyone power of attorney because they're not of sound mind. So in those cases, someone has to step up, present it to the court, and say, this person is no longer able to make decisions. They don't have a power of attorney. We need to get a conservator appointed. If adult children that have a disability or an illness and then their parents pass away and they've never had to take care of themselves, those types of people are going to need a conservator. So basically what you would have to do is file a petition in the court of the county where the respondent resides. You must include details of that person's incapacity and why a conservatorship is necessary. The family and other interested parties must be notified, and the respondent must also be notified and has the right to have their own attorney. A sworn medical examination will be required, and the court may also require their own independent medical exam of the person. A judge is going to review all this information and the testimony of people to determine if conservatorship is necessary, and if it's approved, the judge will appoint a conservator and outline the scope of their authority. Now, I have actually sold a couple of houses where people had conservatorship over another individual. That person, for whatever reason, was no longer able to make financial decisions for themselves. They couldn't manage their money. The judge appointed someone as conservator, and these people were in long-term care facilities. So the best thing to do was to sell the home that they had so that that money could be applied toward their living expenses at long-term care. Conservatorship is typically going to be a last resort that the court will use. They prefer much less restrictive options, kind of like power of attorney or supported decision making. And it is a very serious legal responsibilities because conservators are charged with acting in the best interest of the person they're conservator for. Are you thinking about filing for a conservatorship here in Tennessee? Let me know. I know a couple of great attorneys who can get you started on the process and answer any questions you may know.